Hi everyone, today I want to talk about how I make money from my art while juggling a full-time school schedule and also a 9-to-5 job. I've been asked this question a lot and I think it's important to share my experience because not everyone has the luxury to focus solely on their business. We sometimes have bills to pay, families to feed, so it's not always the best choice to quit your 9-to-5. So let's dive into how I manage and balance it all while running a successful small business at home. For those of you who are new here, hi, my name is Yanis and I run a small embroidery business. I've been running Percy's Angels for almost 4 years now, and at the time when I first started, I was also a full-time university student working a 9-to-5. So balancing all of that together was a really big challenge that I had to work through. Let's break down how I make money from my small business. Our main source of income comes from our physical products, specifically our embroidered sweatshirts, which we sell on our own website. Everything is designed and produced in-house, allowing me to maintain a personal touch in every piece. Next up, our second highest source of income comes from Etsy. We list everything that's on our website there as well, which helps us generate additional sales without requiring extra marketing efforts from me. It's a great way to reach more customers this way. We're also exploring sponsorships and brand deals that come from platforms like YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. Sometimes brands will reach out to us to collaborate on a cool project. This area is really growing for us, and we've had the chance to work with really cool brands. In fact, we've even participated in opening events before where we embroidered items live for customers, which has been an incredible experience. Lastly, we're looking forward to maybe launching digital prints or digital files in the future. This will help us expand our product line and offer even more options to our customers who don't want to buy physical products because it can get a bit expensive. A lot of people have suggested that I should focus solely on my business now, but I actually enjoy the variety in my week. Just because I'm not focusing on one thing, it doesn't mean that I'm also not career oriented. It just means I found a balance that works for me. I've chosen a job that's a lot more flexible and less demanding, even if that means earning a little less, because it gives me the freedom to grow my own business on my terms. For me, working in marketing allows me to express myself creatively in ways I might not be able to in other roles. Plus, being in a good environment is really important to me. My last job was very mentally taxing, even though I didn't have too much work to do, so finding a healthier space to work is a game changer. We do make enough from the small business to focus on it full time, but we also love keeping busy and also challenging ourselves with different projects. There's also a little part of me that worries about the long-term stability of the business, since it's highly dependent on my social media presence and how I market it. So what happens if TikTok actually gets banned in the US? This makes me want to keep my job as a backup plan just in case anything like that happens. My partner Jackie also has a full-time job as well, and he helps me run the small business. Right now, this setup is what works best for the both of us until we feel comfortable putting all our eggs in one basket and fully diving into this business. We're going to stick to balancing both. Now I want to share a 3-part guide to help you achieve a balance between your business, your job, your university life if you're still in school, and personal life. First, you want to take a step back and assess how much time you're spending on work versus your personal life. Ask yourself what's working for you right now and what isn't. This reflection is crucial because it helps you understand where your time goes and what areas might need some adjustment. Also, think about how you feel at the end of each day. Are you feeling really fulfilled, or are you often burnt out and overwhelmed? This emotional check-in is just as important as the numbers. Now let's take a look at how I structured my day when I was in school, working, and also doing this business. From 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., I'm focused on my full-time job in marketing. I go into the office twice a week, but for the rest of the time, I do work remotely, which gives me extra flexibility. After my job, I spend time working on my business, so on Monday, Thursday, and Fridays around 5:30 p.m., I dive right into business tasks like fulfilling orders, planning new designs, and handling marketing for the shop. On Tuesday and Wednesday evenings, I had school. I would go straight from work to class, and I'm in class from 5:30 to 9 or 10 p.m. sometimes. So those days are pretty packed, but I learned how to manage my energy and time so I don't feel really overwhelmed. As for the weekends, I try to keep them very free, having Saturdays and Sundays open to allow me to recharge and use the time however I need. Whether it's catching up on business work, prepping for next week, or just studying in general. Why the schedule works for me, I like to keep my weekdays structured, but also give myself some free time on the weekends. Working remotely a few days a week makes a huge difference because it cuts out commute time and gives me more control on how I want to spend my evenings. I can dive straight into business work if I need to, or finish up some school tasks. Now that I've graduated in June, I think a lot of my time has been freed up because I no longer have to go to school. School took a long time because I used to take transit, and it would take me 2 hours to get there and then 2 hours to get back, which was very, very time consuming. When I first started, I didn't have as much of a strict schedule, but I made sure to carve out a few hours every evening for my business. If I didn't have assignments or schoolwork that time, it would go into designing or fulfilling orders. This whole process did not come easy because I really needed to figure out what works best for me. There were some days where I would stay up till 5 a.m. even fulfilling orders because a video went viral. Sometimes I look back and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know why you did that, but I guess I just didn't know how to structure my days properly. The key was consistency. Even though I didn't have a set schedule like I do now, I made it a priority to spend time on the business daily, no matter how small it is, whether it was 30 minutes between classes or 2 hours in the evening. It added up over time and helped me build the momentum I needed. If you're just starting out and trying to figure out how to balance everything, here are a few things that worked for me. Number 1, use your breaks wisely. If you're in school or working a full-time job, use any gaps or breaks in your day to handle smaller tasks. It might seem like you don't have a lot of time, but even 30 minutes can make a huge difference. Number 2, designate specific times to work. When you have a set time, you know you're going to do work on your business or side project. It helps you stay accountable. Even if it's just an hour after dinner, stick to that time and get things done. Number 3 is to stay flexible. One thing I've learned is that sometimes things don't go according to plan, and that's completely okay. You might be busy at work that day and it eats into your business time, or school work might pile up during midterm season. Adjust and move things around as needed, but don't let a bad day throw you off completely. People have thought I was insane for balancing all 3 things together, but trust me, it's possible. I'm not gonna lie to you and say it was super easy, but it is possible as long as you stay organized and don't forget to give yourself some free time to recharge. Number 2 in our 3-step guide is to ask yourself, where do you want to be? Setting clear goals is essential when it comes to balancing work, school, and a business. This step is all about figuring out what you want to achieve, whether it's growing your business, reducing hours at your job, or focusing on other areas of your life. Defining your goals gives you a roadmap to follow and helps you prioritize what needs your attention the most. Start by asking yourself, what do you want to achieve in the next few months? Maybe in the next year? Maybe you're aiming to scale your business so that it can become your full-time focus, or perhaps you just want to make a current setup more manageable along with your job and school. For example, if your goal is business growth, it's important to break that down into a few steps. How much growth are you aiming for? Is it a financial target like reaching a specific monthly income? Or maybe it's just an operational target like expanding your product line or selling on more platforms. This might involve investing more time into marketing, improving your product offerings, or even hiring help to scale production. For example, if you're looking to increase sales, you might need to invest more time in creating marketing content or exploring new platforms to sell your products. This could mean spending more hours on social media marketing, collaborating with perhaps influencers, or improving your website's SEO to attract new customers. No matter what your specific goals are, the key is to align them with your lifestyle. For me, one of the biggest struggles was not knowing what I wanted to do outside of university. I went through my degree without ever picturing myself in a 9-to-5 job. In fact, I always thought I'd go straight into running my business full-time. But after graduating, I realized I wanted to give a traditional job a shot. I knew if I didn't try it, I'd probably regret it later down the line after all the hard work I put into earning my degree. I think trying out a 9-to-5 allowed me to gain a new perspective and confirmed what I really wanted to do in the long term, because I do not have the same passion for my 9-to-5 than I do with this business that I've started. I hope at some point I'm going to be comfortable to leave my full-time job and work on this completely, but for now I'm still going to be juggling 2 things at once until that day comes. Now that you've identified your goals and your schedule, the next step is optimization. If you want to make the most out of your time, streamlining your business processes is essential. I'm going to share a few strategies I've used to optimize my work and free up more time for other areas in my life. First things first, figure out how long it takes you to complete the task in your business. For example, how much time do you spend on designing, fulfilling orders, managing inventory, or marketing? By paying attention to how long things take, you can identify where you might be losing time and make adjustments from there. Another key optimization is upgrading your tools and equipment. In my case, one of the biggest game changers was investing in better embroidery machines and also tools that help me speed up processes. A more recent upgrade that has been a game changer for me is my Munbyn label printer. I print custom stickers and labels directly from my iPad, and the printer connects via Bluetooth. What I love most about it is the Munbyn app, which makes designing labels super easy. They even have free templates if you don't want to design your own. Once you set up the printer, it recalibrates to fit the label size, and the printing speed is incredibly fast. It's a simple upgrade, but it saved me hours that I used to spend manually cutting and preparing labels with my Cricut. An accurate scale is also very important. That way you don't make any mistakes and you don't have to go back and forth with the courier later down the line. A thermal label printer will definitely save you a lot of time, especially if you're handling a lot of shipping or need to add custom labels to your products. So these are tools that are definitely worth considering. And I want to quickly go over some rapid fire questions that I often receive from other small business owners here or on Instagram. How many hours do you work on your small business every week? It really varies, but on average, I'd say about 20 hours on top of my 9-to-5 job. If something went viral, then I would say around 30 to 40 hours, but it really depends on how many orders I get and if something went viral. What is something you wish you did at the beginning of your business? I wish I used a .store domain. When you're setting up your online shop, having a strong domain name is key. It's like your store's digital ID. A recent study found that using a .store domain can actually boost your sales and make you sell more. Websites with the .store domain get 87% more traffic. The word store is simple and people naturally search for it when they're looking to buy something. That's why .store domains get twice the visibility on Google. You're also unlocking access to exclusive discounts of up to $2,500 in essential e-commerce tools like MailChimp, Wix, QuickBooks, and Canva. And right now, I've got a special deal where you can get your own .store domain for just 99 cents for the first year using my code PERCY. It's a great way to get started and boost your store's visibility right off the bat. What is the hardest part about running a small business? I think the hardest part is staying motivated, especially in the beginning and the middle of the year when things are pretty slow for us. I'm very lucky that I have my partner to help support me during those times, but I know that it can get very frustrating when numbers aren't looking too good or you just have nothing to do. I think you just have to learn that not every single month is going to be a great month, especially in the beginning of the year. No one is spending money. And nearing the end of the year, that's when most businesses make all of their income. Where do you get blank sweatshirts? I've come across this question a lot. We get blanks from M&O, Jiffy Shirts, T-shirt.ca, or T-Sport. Those are all the companies that we've used. They do need a business number, so you have to register your business before you purchase from these companies. But they all offer wholesale pricing, which means that it's a lot cheaper than maybe buying it from Amazon. It might be half the price. As we wrap up, I want to emphasize that it's absolutely okay not to quit school or your 9-to-5 job to find success in your business. Many people have responsibilities that make it difficult to take that leap, and that's completely valid. Ultimately, everyone's path is different, and it's important to find what works best for you. Whether you're a student, a full-time employee, or somewhere in between like me, you can create a fulfilling and successful life without having to sacrifice everything for your business. So take your time, set your goals, and remember to enjoy the journey. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this gives you some insight into how to balance it all while pursuing your passions. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more small business content. Bye!